bum, bada bum bum, bum, bada bum bum, bum, bada bum bum, doo bum, bada bum bum,
Dice,
bum bum bum,
rolls,
bum bum,
dragons,
bum bum,
trolls.
Adventurous. Ooh, are we started?
Yeah.
Welcome to Adventurous.
So that was really hard to do.
What were you doing?
I was breathing in.
Dude, adventurous.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right.
Dang.
That's the
But-
kind of stuff you guys are here for, the quality entertainment we provide.
But in normal voices, welcome to Dadventurous.
Yes, welcome. We are back again for another thrilling, exciting episode. With a new and improved level 6 Kia.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do you want to do like a quick little, rundown of some of the choices you made? Since we always level up off mic,
Off mic.
it would be you could just give people a quick rundown of what sort of stuff you picked at level 6.
Since Kia is a ranger, Horizon Walker Ranger specifically, she got to pick a second favorite enemy. Because being a Remager, she knew constructs and was very effective at destroying them. And now also aberrations, because surge scarabs
It's true, I have
are
them
technically
set up
aberrations,
as
I think.
Aberrations. Yep, they are.
And I also got to pick.
Right.
I also got to pick a new favored terrain. I originally had past world like ruins and stuff, ruins and sites like that as a favored terrain. And my second favored terrain, since I've been doing lots of foresty stuff, is a forest. So basically, I am very accustomed to being in a forest and in ruins.
You are. So, that's what you picked at level 6.
Level 6.
Cool. And yes, and now we are continuing on the adventure, the journey. Last time we left off, we found ourselves battling against a surge scarab, trapping Zarr Bloodhoof inside a well and saving Wanderwolf from the Bloodhounds.
We called the giant surge scarab, since I had horns, get ready for it, the Texas bughorn.
We did indeed. And that allowed you to free the town and make your way back, or get your friends back, basically, right? Mm-hmm. You trapped Zarr down in this well. A secret passageway led you to a trap room that Harwick had set up specifically for tricking people into thinking about where his stash was. You were tasked, while they took back the town, with sneaking down and finding a valve and turning it. However, you had to first battle a very large surge scarab.
The Texas bughorn.
On the way there. After you defeated it, you were able to close the valve, and you and Zarr had a little exchange where you once again showed him that you were not to be trifled with.
Speaking of being level 6, I can also now speak Minotaur, so we can berate each other even more effectively.
There you go. You guys managed to trap him in there. A scraper appeared, but kind of everyone knew that it wasn't going to last. Eventually, you went back up with your team, and you found that they had freed Wanderwolf from the Bloodhounds, captured them all, but eventually, even with all that, Zarr was able to escape using his device, his clicking device that seems to control these scrapers. He was able to take over it, and seeing that his people were defeated, he escaped into the forests to the north.
In a triple piggyback ride.
Yeah, on a triple piggyback ride with the scraper, a tiefling, and himself. So, you guys, fully aware that you needed a break, you took a rest. Harwick led you to his home, and you guys discussed some things. Stuff about where Maud had been and where you had been in that time. Mm-hmm. What happened, Maud had been kidnapped by the Bloodhounds, but before then, she witnessed a Bloodhound setting a trap at Retail Ruins. somehow leading surge scarabs into the building, somehow knowing about these surged artifacts.
And setting it there.
And setting a trap. And so she escaped that area after she was attacked. She found a letter referencing getting to Athon, and that's where we kind of know where things happen from there. Mm-hmm. She made it to Athon, but was captured by Zarr himself. And then you guys got all caught up in the thing. You took your break, you had some breakfast, Flibbit, and you woke up feeling refreshed and renewed and leveled up.
Yay!
And so that's where we are now. It's a peaceful morning on Wander Wharf. Beryl, Maud, and you had decided it was time to take to the skies once more and try to get north to Scarlet Hill.
North, or be eaten.
Yeah. And yeah, so that's where we are now. I think we'll say Beryl and Maud are gathering supplies. Beryl's looking over the ship since it had been chained down, making sure everything was good. Harwick is kind of just chatting with Flibbit about things. Cabot and the Mojingle and Frogrick already set off this morning.
As the Mojingle walked away.
Yeah, just walked away, and the Mojingle, didn't say goodbye, but deep down it was a heartfelt moment of sadness for all. And that's where you are now. There's seagulls flying overhead, the fresh breeze of the ocean, waves crashing against the cliffs, and a little bit of remnants of bloodhounds still, but for the most part, the town feels nice.
What happened to the people hanging from Beryl's airship?
You look over, and they are being watched over by some townsfolk.
Oh.
And they're actually eating breakfast.
What, the bloodhounds?
Yeah, because people of Wander Wharf are nice.
Yeah. I think Kia looks out the window at the seagulls and hisses at one that flies too close, and then probably goes downstairs. And is this a 2-story? Mm-hmm. I'm assuming it's a 2-story. Yeah.
Yeah, you go downstairs, Flibbit and Harwick are having a conversation now that you're all geared up and ready to go.
I think I turn to Harwick and say, thank you for your hospitality and trap abilities.
Yes. No problem. I was happy too. Zarr and I, we've met before.
Yes.
Being fellow mayors. You always rubbed me the wrong way. And I always knew that trap would come in handy. It's the first time I've gotten to use it.
Really?
Actually, yes. But my stash is safe where it is.
What'd you plan the trap for originally?
Anyone. I don't know. I'm a prepared individual. But I was correct. So,
yes, that's true.
And that was only one of many of my traps.
I think Kia takes a good glance around the house and then turns back to Harwick and nods a little confusedly. I say and says, good work and thank you. I guess me and Flibbit will be on our way along with Maud and Beryl, and we shall see you in 1 week's time.
In 1 week's time. Wonderful. We will be heading north with a select team, and we will be meeting you up there at Scarlet Hill.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll beat Zarr there, or you'll beat Zarr there, I mean.
Yes.
We probably won't, but that will help us. Well, Kia, it was good to meet you, and he holds out his hand, and he shakes it thoroughly. You guys you're a little taller than he is, but not by much.
I think
you said you're 4 feet tall.
My size is technically small, but I actually don't know how tall I am.
Yeah, I think we had talked about this before,
small.
And you were...
I'm a small kitty.
You were a small kitty. And so, we find ourselves, Flibbit coming over to join you, and he goes, well, Kia, I guess we're at it again, huh? I'm feeling really good this morning, though.
Yeah, Sam.
Almost like I pulled up. But that's crazy, of course.
Yes, that's crazy.
We're just normal people.
Yep.
Anyway, downstairs and out we go.
Downstairs and out we go.
Okay. You guys go outside. Beautiful day again. You see Maud and Beryl working on the airship nearby, and you see other people around as well.
Okay. I think I go over to Maud and Beryl and they're just like working on the airship, like
getting
was it damaged or?
Beryl, you can ask Beryl that. She seems to be working on something.
I go over to Beryl and say, "Is the ship all right? I noticed it was kind of
it took a little bit of a beating when we first came in, and one of the engines was damaged, but I think I was able to get it repaired, and I added a spot here on the side." And she looks at a spot on the side, and there's like a port.
Oh.
And she's got the little bog bloom flower bag like in a tube up there, and she's like, "Check this out," and she cranks a little wheel like lever, and one flower falls down into the tank.
Oh.
And the flames go.
I say,
she keeps it,
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, hey, you brought them. I think that'll be pretty cool.
And Maud comes over and she's like, "Yeah, no, I think we're ready, Kia. I've got some supplies for the journey north, and we'll go see what we can figure out.
We'll go see what we see.
Maybe we can hopefully save your grandfather, and maybe we can figure out what is going on with all these surged artifacts."
Sam, I hold out my hand to her and say, "First of all, you need, have you ever fought a dragon before?"
Maud looks over at Beryl, and they kind of chuckle at each other and be like, yeah, we've, remember the whole Corsairs story?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been to this in the sky quite a bit.
Okay.
Can't say I'm looking forward to it, though.
Me neither. I do not want to have to climb into that balloon and patch it up again.
Beryl looks at you, and she's like,
"Yeah, hopefully it won't be like last time. Normally they tend to not bother with me, but I will say," and she kind of looks up at the sky, and
I think, like, very distantly, and maybe something that just happens periodically, you guys look up in the sky and you do see dragons, but they're so high up. They're like distant birds, and it's almost like hard to tell, is that a seagull up there? Or is that dragon like 2,000 feet in the air?
Yeah. I saw that like white dragon lean down and catch a whatever they're called. Axe-beak thing.
Yeah, and Beryl's like, "Yeah, they've gotten a little more aggressive in the last couple of years."
Well, shall we head out? Do you need to fix up some more things?
Nope,
or?
we're ready whenever. North we go.
And she takes your gear and throws it in there. Flibbit kind of looks up at the ship, and he's like, "Well, I guess we're going back up with that thing, huh?"
Yep. This time you won't be unconscious. Hopefully.
Well, yeah, I didn't really get to experience it last time. I'm a little bit frightened now.
Well, it's fine. We'll only be a couple 100 feet in the air.
Well, I can levitate, so I guess that's fine.
Yeah,
I'll
just like levitating.
Float slowly down if we crash and die. Anyway.
But you won't die, though. You have a safety mechanism.
It's true. I suppose there's a silver lining to everything. And he walks into the basket of the airship.
He walks in?
Yeah, with his floating tentacle body.
So he just like
he
swings.
Puts two tentacles on his hips like Harwick and then pretends to walk forward. I don't know.
I think Kia just like chuckles and goes on board.
Okay. And after a moment later, Harwick coming over, bidding you guys farewell. You take to the skies.
I wave goodbye to Wonder Wharf.
Goodbye, Wonder Wharf. Harwick's like, "Goodbye, we'll see you soon." And then you guys sail up into the beautiful blue skies.
When we're up, are Maud and Beryl like busy? Are they?
I mean, just ambiently, but nothing like super busy. They could chat or whatever.
I think Kia is going to...
I would say Beryl's the more busy of the two.
I think Kia is going to tap on Maud's shoulder and say...
"Hey, Kia, what's up?"
"Do you still have your walkie-talkie?"
No, unfortunately, Zarr took it from me as I got captured.
I saw that. Okay. I was going to talk to Theodora.
Oh, okay.
For just to see like how she's doing, how things are going back in Map's Edge, see if the refugees have arrived yet.
Yeah, by all means. Although, and she kind of puts her hand on your shoulder as you pull the walkie-talkie out. She's like, "Although we should be careful because..."
That's what I was thinking. Theodora, I mean, you said the Bloodhound knew where you were going to find the thing. There might be there might be spies. It might be compromised.
Okay.
What were you going to say?
I was thinking the same thing. Somehow they knew about the contract and they knew about the surged artifact.
And so they said it there.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I was thinking of, though, is that mine didn't either they specifically set the unicorn there, or did you know it was a unicorn?
No, I didn't.
It was
I don't think you mentioned that.
It was a stuffed unicorn.
Huh.
That emits electricity.
Huh. Okay.
So, past world things that run on electricity actually work around it. It's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
When we brought
That is some interesting. We'll be able to do some interesting things with that.
Yeah, when we brought it into the scrape, all the lights that had been dead for years turned on.
Huh. So we've got a unicorn that provides electricity.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a hat that shows you where nearby ruins are and what the insides kind of look like.
Mm-hmm.
We've got what else?
We've got
The projector, of course, that we found
the projector
originally.
that summons wild magic storms and stops scrapers.
Mm-hmm.
And then the lamp, which points towards high quantities of past world energy, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it also, as me, not as Mod, it also pointed. So originally when you found the lamp, it pointed at Beryl's stash of goods.
Because it was the closest highest
and then
quantity
after
of
a
past
period
world
of time,
abilities.
specifically when a beam of light shot into the air and a wild magic storm started, it pointed towards Map's Edge, where a storm was a brewing. And then as you guys got closer, it went wee, wee, wee. And
closest quantity of past world
highest.
energy. Or the closest highest quantity of past world energy.
Of raw magic.
Yeah, because when we entered the storm, it went because it couldn't decide which direction it was.
Mod goes, so we have all these things that seem to be associated in some way with...
And extremely surged artifacts. Also, I don't know if you felt it, but Zarr's little remote-y thing is a surged artifact.
I thought so, yes.
It has that thing. It has the
and is able to
aura.
Control these things. So we have all these surged artifacts that seem to be affected somehow or be connected somehow to magic, to wild magic storms, to past world tech magic items, to the scrapers. I just don't know what it means. I know what it means as the DM.
Of course you do.
But Maud has no idea.
I mean, do you know what it means? Do you?
No, listeners, I've been winging it this whole time.
I mean, you've probably winged about half the campaign already.
I have winged a lot of it. You're a strange player sometimes.
Like me sneaking onto the Bloodhound boat.
Yeah, or the warehouse. Okay. So Maud goes, yeah, so I think if you're going to call Theodora, it's a good idea, but maybe be guarded, maybe be careful with what you say.
Yes, I pulled out and walked the rail. Actually, no, I think she walks to like a corner, like in the corner, like protected, and clicks Theodora's button.
Okay, you hold up the Rocky Talkie, click the glyph.
And I say, Theodora? Theodora?
After a second, you hear that.
Kia? Is that you, honey?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, thank goodness. It's been so long. I didn't know what had happened.
It's okay. I sent back some, people. I sent back some, refugees from Map's Edge.
Yeah.
Have they arrived yet?
Yeah, honey, General and some others showed up.
Yes.
Just last night, actually. They're returning, so that's good. That's good. I've kept things going. I'm trying to figure out how the portals happened and what went on there, but that was quite the magic storm.
Have you turned on the projector yet?
No.
Good.
I'm being careful.
Thank you for that.
I see though that the general didn't have any surge artifacts with him though, so you're still going to try to send me some at another time, you think?
Yeah, another time. Currently I'm traveling north to Scarlet Hill.
Okay. Why?
For
Is that where you think Gunther went?
that's where I think Gunther went. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
And the portals went north, so.
Well, while I got you, let me look at something real quick, and you hear rustling. Looking at papers, looking around.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, she comes back up and she goes, "Okay, well, I'm looking at the map, and,
What map?
my map.
You have a map?
Yeah, I got a map that, tells me about, some of my reports of various surged artifacts when I first sent you guys out on that mission.
Yes.
Are you with Maud?
Yes.
Oh, man. So Maud's fine?
Yeah, Maud's fine.
Whew, what a relief.
Finally tracked her down.
Good. Well, I'll tell you this. I don't know where exactly, but there was supposedly another evidence of a surged artifact kind of on your way to Scarlet Hill. It's just marked here near the Storm Woods.
The Storm Woods?
Yeah, that's the forest. Should be northeast of you from where you are now if you're in Wander Wharf.
I'm just a little bit north from Wander Wharf, yes.
Okay, well then, if you get a chance, keep your senses open.
Okay. Do you know of any, reports of, activity? Like, storm activity or people activity nearby where said, I'm assuming it's a dot, on your map?
Yeah, there had been reports of, some strange occurrences. Nothing specific, just, an abundance of scrapers.
Like where?
Like outside of where wild magic storms had been happening.
Like, kind of like where the scrape or Coaster Chaos.
Yeah, like a scrape, but not in a scrape at all. And just an evidence of... There's apparently some road up that direction that people don't travel anymore because it's overrun.
Okay. Well, I'll pay attention. Yes, I'm with Maud. And I'm with Maud and Flibbit. And I'm going north to find Gunther.
Okay.
I do have a surged artifact that I will send to you as soon as I can, but I will need to get to Scarlet Hill to do that.
Okay. Well, be careful, honey. And I hope you find Gunther.
I hope I do too.
I'll be here. Call me if you need.
Okay. Also?
Yes?
Did Zarr leave any bloodhounds behind in Map's Edge?
No.
By chance?
No, he did not.
Was anybody sent there yet? I'm just being paranoid because...
Like bloodhounds?
Yeah.
No, not since he was here. I think he got what he came for.
Okay. What did he take? Other than everybody in town, obviously.
You know, I don't know for sure, but he took something from your grandfather.
Okay. But you don't know for sure?
No. I came in after that.
Okay. Well, I'll call you back, and good luck on keeping Map's Edge in non-panic mode.
I'll try my best. All right. Good luck out there. Good luck finding your grandfather, and good luck finding more surged artifacts. Hopefully, finding them will help us figure out what's going on.
Yes. I'll call you later.
All right. And tell Maud she can call me, too, on hers if she needs.
She doesn't have hers. She lost it.
She lost her... Oh, okay.
So I'd have to give her mine, but it's fine.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
And she hangs it up.
Yeah. Yeah, over.
There you go. And, you put the walkie-talkie away. Maud gives you a look. She comes over and she's like, well, what do you think?
She asked her some questions about bloodhounds or what was going on. Didn't seem to have any idea.
I just don't know how they were getting the information.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, she did say that there was a surged artifact in the Storm Woods. Well, near the Storm Woods, on our way, if we follow the road. But apparently there's a section of road that nobody travels because it's overrun with scrapers.
Beryl walks over. She lowers ridiculous sunglasses on her face, and she's
wearing sunglasses?
And she says, where we're going, we don't need roads. Sorry, I had to do it.
Was that? that Back to the Future?
It was Back to the Future. Sorry,
Wow.
you set me up perfectly for that joke. And
I knew you were going to do something with that, but I didn't. Wow. That's amazing.
okay.
Have the little home reactor.
Yeah,
on the dashboard.
flux capacitor that she's now charging it, aka bog bloom flowers.
88 miles per hour.
Speaking of 88 miles per hour, Beryl goes, she does lower goggles onto her head, and then she hands you guys goggles, and she goes, well, I got everything set up, and I say, we could get there in 3 days, we could get there in 6 days, or we could get there in 3.
I'd say 3.
And she goes, you might want to put these on. Let's see how these babies work.
I slowly lower them on and kind of like not really knowing how to like handle like flibbits.
Mm-hmm.
I think she probably just like
Yeah, Flibbits. He's like, you know what? I'm good. I'll just do this. And he takes his eye stalks and he shrinks him into his body like a snail. And they're so that his eyes are actually attached to his body.
oh
And then you can put them on.
I put them and go them around his
He's
body.
like, thank you, that'll be better. And then I'm going to go sit in a corner.
Okay.
And
I think Kia holds on to like one of the lines for the rigging, like white knuckled and just like waits.
and Beryl goes, all right, let's do it. And she reaches up to her little tank and she cranks down a flower and it falls down gently and it goes into this fuel tank where she's got these flames going, right? And suddenly the flame burst of purple as the flame turns bright purple and you guys are launched forward in a burst of speed.
Kia's holding onto the rigging, probably ears and tail flapping behind her.
Okay.
And just goes, whee!
So, adding the bog bloom flowers does indeed make things go faster, but it also makes things a tiny bit more sketchy. So, I would like you to roll a dexterity saving throw for yourself and for Flibbit. I'm going to roll too. And for this first one, everyone's a little caught off guard with how much power it actually had.
Dexterity. 18.
18.
For me.
Yeah. Actually, everybody did very well with.
Did you roll for Flibbit?
I did. He got a natural 19.
Oh, wow.
I will say that Maud did the worst, and she was like still kind of trying to put her glasses on. She gets slammed backwards into the basket, but she rolled high enough that she's not fallen overboard or anything. And she goes, "Whoa, Beryl, that was intense."
I said, this is how it feels on the motorcycle.
Beryl's holding on. She goes, "That is amazing!" And she reaches up and waits for the flame to die off purple, and then she adds another one. And you guys spend the day just blasting forward in vibrant blasts of color and these flames that are shooting in and just making you guys launch forward. Can you roll a perception check for me, please?
Perception check.
We'll say about 2 hours, 3 hours have gone by. You guys are over the top of the ocean right now, heading northeast.
Okay. Oh, over the top of the ocean.
Just the shoreline, not like open ocean.
Okay. I got a 24.
24. You're cruising along, and you're starting to notice, as you aim back towards land, just a massive forest. Huge forest. Stretches all the way from the Mirage Mountains, where you went up to find the Mojingle, all the way north to the ends of elsewhere, to the edges of what you can see. Many days travel to the north. You can't see super far, but the forest is taking up basically your entire landscape, other than maybe a distant hill or maybe a distant, clearing that you can see where there's a big lake. But for the most part, this forest is massive.
I think I yell over to Maud over the wind. Is this the storm woods?
Yeah, it's the storm woods. It's dense down there. It's hard to travel through. There's a road that goes through the middle and comes out near Wander Wharf. And then there's on the eastern side too. There's a road that takes you over to Tide's Landing. Been a while since I've been in there, to be honest.
Okay.
Not a lot of well-marked scrapes anyway.
Okay. So that means we're close to the ruin Theodora mentioned. Maybe.
Maybe. All right. Well, we'll keep our eyes and ears out there and see if we sense anything.
don't think you can hear much over this wind.
No, you can't. And Beryl goes, I'm going to add another one. And you guys are already zooming fast. And she's like, let's see what 2 does. And she goes, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. And a pink and a green fall into the tank. And with pink and green flames, you guys are launched forward. So hard to hold on. With that 24 perception check, and you're looking over at the flames, and you're looking over at Beryl, you catch the shadow of something pass overhead. And you look up, and you see clouds. The clouds are getting denser. The white clouds are getting denser. Something white, the clouds.
I yelled, Beryl, we got a problem.
What?
We got a problem.
It seems to be working fine. I don't think there's any problems.
Everybody always forgets to look up. Look up!
And she looks up and she goes, oh, I see.
It's true. Everybody always forgets to look
true.
up.
Even Beryl should know better. And as you pass through a little clearing of the clouds, you see something. You see feet dangling through the clouds. Something flying through the cloud. And then a break in the clouds. Just a small little break. And whoosh, large dragon passing through the clouds. And Beryl looks up and she goes, oh, I'm going to try to go down.
Okay.
We'll see if that works.
I think Kia, she's holding onto the rigging right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's going to try and maybe hold on to something a little more steady, like the rail. So I think she's going to hold on to the rail, maybe like crouch down a little bit to kind of gain her footing.
So you brace yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, and you see it pass in front of you guys quite a ways. Beryl starts descending at a good clip.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing is just staying in the clouds. It's not.
Is it circling or is it?
It's doing like pass-bys, right? Mm. And the lower you go, it still seems to be staying in the clouds, right?
Yeah.
And then as you pass through this next section, you see a cloud up ahead getting darker as it keeps passing through this cloud.
I say.
It's doing figure eights and it's passing through this cloud.
I say, you might want to avoid that cloud up there.
And Beryl's like, we're not near it. We should be fine.
I don't trust that sentiment.
And about that time, the cloud gets darker and darker as the dragon keeps passing through.
I turn to Maud and say, do you know what it's doing?
Maud's like, no, but I got a bad feeling about it.
Same.
And about that time, thunder starts to fill the sky. And you see little cracklings of energy, of lightning forming in this cloud as the dragon keeps passing through.
I say, I told you, Beryl.
In the elsewhere, the white dragons are cloud dragons.
Aww, they're so cute and deadly.
And
like
all of a sudden,
lions.
A bolt of lightning, of white lightning, cracks forward as Beryl starts descending, shoots right past the ship. And you feel the hairs on your neck and your head poof up.
Hey, as Kia's tail like poofs up to about 3 times its size, she goes, I don't want to be fried.
Beryl's like, okay, we're going for the high-speed drop. She goes to try to kill the engines.
Mm-hmm.
Engine doesn't shut off. And she goes, uh-oh.
You added too many bog bloom flowers.
I think I added too many bog bloom flowers.
That's what I said.
What? And you guys are still launching forward. Another lightning bolt goes over and by you, right? As you guys start descending, the dragon starts passing through more clouds. And the sky starts darkening. Rain starts falling down on you guys too. And the ship is starting to get wet. Can you please, for this time, roll a dexterity saving throw as a lightning bolt screeches out of the sky and strikes the basket.
23.
Strikes the basket, wood and metal splinters. A shock sends out through the thing. You guys aren't grounded. Anyone who was nearby the rail takes a shock. But you were able to see it coming and dodge out of the way. Flibbit and Maud both took a little bit of damage.
Oh, no.
As you guys descend further, Beryl finally gets the thing low enough and another lightning bolt crackles out of the sky and starts heading your way.
And Beryl,
is it like slow lightning or is it?
It definitely
like normal
it's definitely unnatural. It seems to be coming from a source instead of how normal lightning works.
Yeah, it's not the split second.
No. It's
bolt.
more like an attack,
Okay.
like a missile type thing heading your way. Flies towards you. Can you just roll me a raw luck check?
14.
14, and it passes right by the big blimp thing. Finally, the engines give out, and you guys are able to fall. Down.
I say, pull up, Beryl, pull up.
Beryl goes to pull up, and she goes, okay, hold on. And she refires the thing, and you guys start pulling up. The basket, though, starts clipping trees. Clip, 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 clip. And the whole blimp starts tipping forward as you guys are catching too many trees. And she goes, let's see if this works. And she adds a flower. And you guys, boom, rocket forward, but not fast enough. The blimp hits a tree, catches it with the basket, and the whole thing starts going down.
I say, prepare for crash landing, prepare for crash landing. I repeat, prepare for crash landing.
It's like, I shouldn't have come. Ah.
You're fine.
And can everyone please
You
make
can
one
fly.
last dexterity saving throw as the basket and the blimp finally skid to the ground and crash. It's still inflated.
18.
Ooh. It slams into the ground, skids forward, and halts to a stop in this new clearing that you guys have created. And Beryl stands up and she goes, oh man, they're getting so aggressive. It used to be so much easier to take flight.
I look up at the sky. Is the dragon like not paying attention to us now?
The
or is
dragon, you see the dragon dip out of the clouds a little bit, kind of do a circle like it's looking towards you guys, and then sail off.
Okay.
And the cloud slowly lightens again to a beautiful day. And Maud pulls herself up and she goes, man. Oh, and she cracks her neck. She's like, I definitely don't like flying.
It's great as long as you don't get attacked by dragons. The last one was purple.
Yeah, Beryl was like, yeah, they're getting aggressive, and I don't know. If only we could figure out some way to figure out why. It'd be really cool if we could fly.
I have a hunch
You have a hunch about dragons?
about things.
What's up?
Zarr is collecting giant hordes of past world tech. The residual magical energy left over could be causing the dragons to get agitated, which means that
Maud looks at you and she's like, do you think something that he's doing has been causing the influx of storms lately too?
oh, almost certainly.
And Beryl's like, yeah, I mean, they have gotten more aggressive since the storms have started to get more aggressive.
If the storms start to get more, in theory, dragons are magical creatures.
They are.
So in theory, if the amount of magical energy in Scarlet Hill is building and that causes more magic storms to build, then therefore the more magical energy could make these magical creatures more aggressive because it's an overload of magical energy to their system.
Man.
Possibly.
We really got to get up there and figure out what's going on.
Yep.
Maud's like, yep, I agree, but now we need to assess the damage.
This is also agreed.
Flip it, and you hop out of the basket.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and he starts looking around the forest, and he's like, wow, this forest is really pretty. So you're in imagine an old redwood forest.
Yeah, like a
big trees.
Old growth.
Growth trees. Not a lot of underbrush, but just a dense amount of trees. Lots of birds flitting through. You probably see, some interesting fantasy beasts scampering by. Jackalopes, things of that nature.
Jackalopes, they're so cute.
Well,
jackalopes are cute.
They are adorable. And so, and you kind of just see this sort of idyllic forest thing. Maud and Beryl start pulling out tools, start tinkering, and Beryl's like, well, this is going to take a while.
Is it repairable?
I think so, but it's going to take me some time. I don't know. I don't know if we'll be able to take to the skies again or how you guys want to go from here, but based on my map and where we're at, and she pulls out a compass and she starts looking around. She's like, we probably still have 2 days by airship.
Which is probably a couple.
It's probably 4 days by foot, maybe 5 days by foot. So we could try to get it repaired and try again and stay lower this time.
How long do you think repairs will take?
Luckily, none of the lightning struck the blimp.
Okay.
So it shouldn't take more than a couple hours.
I turn to Maud and I turn to Beryl and say, Beryl?
Yep.
Can I look at that map?
Sure.
She hands over her map of Elsewhere, which I will show you a digital version of now.
I say, so we left Wander Wharf.
Yep.
Day's travel, we are now inside the Stormwood.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you think... Are you opposed to a little exploring trip?
Who? Me?
Yeah.
I'm going to stay with my airship.
That's what I'm saying. Maud?
What? Like,
do you want to come with me? Checking out the forest. I want to see if the ruins nearby.
Oh, we could. Yeah, or I don't know. I'm a little hesitant to leave Beryl behind. But...
Or you can stay here and me and Flibbit can go, or Flibbit can stay
here. Why don't you guys go? I'm going to help Beryl.
Mm-hmm.
And here, and she hands you her old text message phone.
Phone?
Yeah, and Beryl's got one too. And she's like, since we're not sure about the Rocky Talkies, we can stay in communication this way. And she quickly opens it up, slides it open.
Wait, is it?
It has a QWERTY keyboard on it.
Wait. Is it like a flip phone?
Yeah. Well, it's like a slide phone, and there's a keyboard in there, and so you can make text messages.
Okay.
It's very old school. That's kind of what I was going for.
I like that.
And she quickly kind of like shows you it's in common. You can see the letters.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, type a word like this, press space button, press send when you're ready. It'll send to Beryl, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And it make a little bloop noise.
Bloop noise?
Yeah, it makes a little bloop when you get a new message.
Is there any way to turn it down?
Yeah, right here. She turns it down, and then it'll go.
I say, vibration is better than blooping.
Yeah, that's true.
When I'm trying to be stealthy.
Gotta stay stealthy. All right, well, stay in touch. If you find something, don't go there yet. Let me know, and I'll come join you.
Okay. I'll send a message to Beryl, and if I find anything, and okay.
Exactly. Hey, good luck.
Good luck fixing the ship.
You turn around, and you see that Flibbit is about 20, 30 feet off into the forest.
I say, Flibbit, wait for me.
And he doesn't respond.
I think Kia pulls her bow.
Okay.
And turns back to Maud and Beryl. Are they paying any attention to
They're
this?
working on the ship.
And turns back to Flibbit.
Mm-hmm.
Has he stayed?
He's staying still, and he's looking off into the forest.
I think Kia
Crouches
down
You're
low.
so paranoid.
I am.
You're the most paranoid person.
Kia crouches down low and sneaks up behind him.
You sneak up behind him, and he's sitting there, staring off into the forest.
I tap his...
Sorry.
I say, and I stand up and say, are you okay?
You know how you and Maud have talked about that feeling you get?
Yeah.
When you sense a surged item nearby?
Yeah.
I'm getting the Flibbit version of that.
But have you ever felt it before with the big surged artifacts?
I don't think it has anything to do with surged artifacts.
I say...
And he's staring off into the forest, kind of off to the east-northeast.
Has he taken off his goggles yet? Like, I just want to know.
Yeah, he's back to normal.
Okay. So I think I put my hand on his, body and stare off to where he's staring and say, does it feel like a pull, or is
I don't know. I will say this, though. Feels like something I've never felt before. It feels like another Flumph.
Kia, also freezes. And, is but if you never I thought you lived with other Flumps. If you never felt it before, then.
I've never felt it like this before, not like a pull. I don't know. It feels like I could sense another Flumph out there, but I've never felt it like this before.
Say, maybe we should go carefully. We should go and find and see, but
all right.
We should go carefully.
I will lead us the direction we're going.
Okay. I stay close behind him.
Okay.
Kind
so
of
Flibbit
guarding.
starts leading you guys off into the forest. You quickly lose sight of Maud, and you quickly lose sight of Beryl. You can hear him tinkering still for a little while, and then eventually the quiet, dense, encompassing silence of the forest.
Can I would I know which direction they were? Forest is technically one of my favorite terrains, so...
Yeah, how does that work? I don't know how favorite terrain works and what that means.
Says, I have to spend an hour in the forest to gain the benefits.
We'll say, as you start moving through the forest, with the time crashing and spending there getting ready, we'll say after a period of walking of about 30 minutes, Flibbit's still leading you a direction, we'll say about an hour has passed, just because I'm curious what this will do for you.
Okay, so it says, difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel.
Okay.
Your group can't become lost except by magical means.
So you'll be able to easily return to the ship.
Yeah, you remain alert to danger even when you are engaged in another activity. You can move stealthily at a normal pace while alone, but I'm not alone. And you find twice as much food while foraging, and while tracking creatures, you learn the exact number, sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
So,
Stuff.
you start feeling like you're one with the forest. You haven't spent much time in forests at all in your life, and yet you find yourself looking around, seeing these trees, seeing all the stuff, and just feeling like an innate understanding of how it works.
Okay. I turn to Flibbit and say, do you know if flumps leave any... I mean, obviously they don't leave any tracks because you float, but do they leave any, like, tracking stuff behind?
I mean, there's definitely something here, and he kind of takes a tentacle and he waves it through the air a little bit. And he goes, I could sense the vibes. They're right about here.
Vibes?
Yeah, because he does everything psychically.
Oh, right.
So yeah, there's a trail of sorts, I think.
Could you explain to me how this feels, and maybe I can help try to figure out which direction.
I'll say, because I don't think there's any rule against how you track said creature. I don't think it's specific.
While tracking.
Yeah, while tracking. We'll say that Flibbit starts to show you the little bit of residue that a Flump's vibe leaves behind.
Flump's vibe.
Yeah, we'll call it a vibe trail.
Vibe trail.
And you are able to start seeing it almost like the portal.
Yeah.
Almost like that Surge Scarab dust, that kind of arcanic portal mist.
Is Flibbit also trailing that now that I pay attention?
Now that you're picking it up, you do see he's leaving behind little blue sparkles on occasion, and you are catching it. What you see here is similar.
Not the same?
Not the same as Flibbit, but very similar and more of a green color.
Do they lead off in the direction that Flibbit is? Okay.
You guys are following that trail. And I will say that you get the sense, because of your ability, it says how many.
How many, their size, and how long ago they passed through the area.
So this trail that you are following is larger. It's hard to discern whether or not that means it's a larger flump or many flumps.
Okay.
Or many creatures that put off this kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And in terms of how long ago, seems like within the day.
Say, it seems recent.
Okay, well, let's keep moving forward cautiously.
Stealthily.
What's your passive perception?
15.
So you start moving along.
We know likey that question.
You start moving along. And all of a sudden you start hearing twinkling sounds. You start hearing the occasional voice. And you start hearing a very, very familiar sounding voice.
I grab Flibbit and
that?
pull him back to next to me.
Okay.
And say, do you hear that?
I hear something, yes. Why do I seem like I recognize that voice?
I don't know either. I recognize it too.
Make a perception check for me.
Way. 9.
9. You know it's familiar, but you can't quite peg that voice. It sounds like maybe someone you know.
But not, I can't.
It's just like you're catching the tones of a voice you might recognize, and it makes you kind of look, it makes you go, do I know that voice? Do I know that person? Like if somebody called out your name and you weren't sure if they said your name or a name very similar, it would make you look that direction.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe. As you are sitting there trying to discern that, Flibbit's like,
Why do I know that voice? I feel like I should know that.
Same.
Suddenly, you feel from ahead, through a bush, this wave of energy come towards you, a beam of energy come towards you.
Yeep.
And you and Flibbit are standing right in the path of this stealth creature. And this beam of energy hits you guys and hits you in the head. And I need you to please make a wisdom saving throw. For you and for Flibbit.
My wisdom's not good. 11.
So, Flibbit, natural 19, turns.
That's good.
Ed goes, uh-oh.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. We don't want to see one of those. And as he says that, and you see emerging from the bush, something that is very round and very bush-shaped. And as it comes out of the bush, an eye stalk pops up. And then another eye stalk pops up. And you're like, oh, it's a flump. And then another, and then another, and then another, and then another. And then a big eye opens up in the middle.
But it looks like a bush?
It because you're starting to realize that your vision has gone blurry.
Oh.
And what you're seeing looked like a bush, but now you see that big glowing eye open up.
Kia just goes, uh-oh.
And then you feel the effects of the sleep ray hit you. And the last thing you remember is Flibbit going, Kia, no! And you pass out unconscious as this creature with 9 eyes comes over.
I think Kia just groans, like, not again.
And you pass out. And that is where we will end our session.
Kia has a history of being knocked out by creatures.
You do. Why? And what kind of creature could this possibly be?
I have no idea.
And that is where we'll end our session. Kia will have to learn what this creature is next week. You might know.
I definitely know
Some
exactly
would
what
say
it is.
It's a beautiful creature because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Sorry, terrible. All right, thank you all once again for joining us. We will see what happens with Kia and Flibbit and a creature from beyond next week
on
Dadventurous. Leave us a like, leave us a subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.